an irregular base with our folded legs, or you can have them folded another way. And then we want to bring awareness to the central channel of the body. So letting your spine be felt and noticed. Close your eyes. Just be aware of that, the T of your shoulders and your spine. Trying to find centeredness. Let your shoulders rest on top of your ribs, drawing the shoulder blades slightly down and together. And then notice, observe where your head is. And you might just lengthen the back of your neck slightly so that the tops of your ears and eyebrows are in line with each other. Rest your eyes, rest your hands. Breathe deeply. Whatever that is for you, just let a few breaths flow, let them be noticed. Move through your nose. A little moment to settle into quietness. Physically aligning the body and then aligning our attention with our breath. Moving with mindfulness and compassion as we practice. And let your hands rest into each other. So use your core to support you now as you release your hands from your legs. Rest hands into the heart. Bow forehead towards the fingertips. Allow a little space between your hands. Listen. The next time you breathe out, seal the hands together with whatever those intentions are for today. Lift up your head, breathe deeply in. Breathe in, open your eyes, stretch back the arms into bow and arrow position and take it into a twist towards the right side, looking back. We're just transitioning to our active asana practice. Engaging your hands so that your arm muscles are working. Gaze back comfortably. One more deep breath. As you exhale, release those actions. Release to center. Navel towards the spine. Inhale, other side. Bow and arrow arms. Twisting back. Feel your core support you as you turn the spine. Turn the gaze. So your eyes can look at the side of your eyes, but without straining. Give it one more breath's energy. And with the exhale, release back to center. Unifying breath and movement. Fingers forward, hands back. Lean back into your hands. Spread across your chest. Tuck your chin. Breathe. Let your legs release. Bend your elbows. You can bring out your legs to first boat pose. Feet together, knees bent. And exhale, bring your feet down. Catch with your hands. Release to Malasana, garland pose. Bowing forward, trying to ground your inner feet. Use the breath to go in and release tension, to be present in the body. And lean back, boat pose number 2, your own favorite way. Make straight or not, catch your legs if you need support. So feeling strong in your tummy, but not straining your low back. And then just see what you can relax. What can you relax for this last breath? And then bring down your feet, Malasana, head forward. Last time. Like take the arms back this time, fingers back. Lean back into your straight arms. Take your legs straight up and together and slowly take them from side to side, coming down. Just feeling how the whole body is connected. And once you come to the floor, tip forward into an easy forward fold with straight legs. Wherever that is for you, lightly draw back in your toes, draw back in your belly. Exhale one more time. And release back to your hands and knees. Cushion under your knees if you need it. Let your hands spread open. So if you need a little preparation in the hands, do a little, just waking up the wrists, letting the hands spread and outward spiral through the hands, through the shoulders, belly to the spine, that lower belly, spine balance in your tabletop. Bird dog pose, right leg straight back. Really energize and reach through that leg, left arm forward as well if possible. Just keep your neck comfortable, gaze forward, down. Using the breath to create steadiness in the mind and the body. Be present with your effort. Give it energy for one more inhalation. Reach a little further. And carefully change to the other side. Release. Left leg straight back, point the toes. Right arm forward. Neck easy. 5 breaths. Connecting to the sound of your breathing. One more time, reach. Exhale, release. Tuck under your toes with care. Sink back slowly towards your heels. Let your arms slide out and be long, head down. Armpits lifted. Deep breaths. Long spine. So like downward dog, we're creating a lengthening, drawing the hips away from the hands. Exhale. Inhale to upward facing dog and tuck your toes. Ease your belly forward, arms straight. Just keep your knees down for this first one. Gaze to your nose. Stretch your belly, inner thighs roll up. Let's give it the 5 breaths just to have time. Engage your bandhas. One more breath. Carefully come to table and then tuck toes to downward dog. 5 breaths. First one, give yourself that initial moment to refine and position, and then let your head hang down. The head is upside down here. We get a nice little headstand without bearing any weight on our head in downward dog. And lengthen your hips away from your hands. Bend your right knee towards the floor, left heel towards the earth. And then change the other way, bending the knees one at a time to wake up the legs. Switching again. One more each way. Bend. And then bend and straighten the other legs. Exhale, both heels reach, head bows. Inhale, draw yourself up to a round spine in your plank pose. And then relax into plank. If you're a little short in your plank, it's okay. 3. Just feeling that transverse abdominis, this like core set of muscles in your core holding you here. And then inhale, step forward, breathe in, lengthen spine. Breathe out, lengthen spine the other way, fold forward. Just be amazed at this miracle of standing, pressing into the feet. Notice how your body works. Reaching up, gazing up, still breathing in. When your exhale comes, release your hands down and let your feet release and spread. Have a moment to arrive. Cross your right leg over your left. Take your arms up, shoulders down, and side bend over to your left side. Just gently catch your wrist. You can turn your head. Steady eyes. Last exhale. Release your arms down, change your legs. Arms up, shoulders stay down. Catch your left wrist and over to the right. Little gentle turn towards the left with your face and your heart. You can work in each pose in a way that feels positive, knowing you can always stop if you need to or change it. Exhale. Yoga teaches us to meet challenges with grace. Inhale, release your arms, and exhale, step out of the pose. Leave your fingers, breathe in, reach up. Release your hands, wrap your legs, fold in. Use the breath to find your way into each shape, half lifting. Exhale, establish plank pose. Inhale to upward facing dog, stretch the breath. Downward gaze. And then follow your gaze back to your navel as you flip over your feet to downward dog. And bring your right knee towards your nose, let your spine round, and release up and back. Right knee towards the nose. Exhale, up and back, three-leg dog. One more time. Curl in, and then lengthen out. Both feet down, take a breath. And other side, left knee towards the nose, let your spine round. And then exhale, lengthen up. Inhale, round. Exhale, reach back. Last one. And then put both feet down and notice how downward dog can be a resting pose. One more exhalation. Feel the weight go back into the legs. Inhale, shift forward into the hands, step forward, breathing in. Breathe out, fold in. Wherever your hands reach, however bent your knees need to be, all good. Press the feet, stand up. Use your legs. Reach, breathe in. When you feel your exhalation, release your hands down. Take a free breath. Feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees like you're going back into a chair. Arms parallel to the floor. Draw your shoulders back into your body. Utkatasana. Fierce pose variation. Release openness in the feet. Let your breath move you a little bit. It's okay. The deep breathing is very important here. Next time you breathe out, straighten your legs, fold forward. Find your way in. Press your arms straight, half lift, nose gaze. Transfer gaze to between your hands, step back to plank. Let's come to the side plank pose. You can bring down your knee. Use all your limbs. So work with yourself. Which version makes you happy today? 5 breaths. 1. Determined. Use your whole body. Take 1 more breath. Unwind, exhale. Knees down. Draw back. Cow spine, breathe in. Cat spine, breathe out. Cow spine, keep your low back fairly neutral here, heart forward, nose gaze. Cat spine is a big rounding spine. The neutral second side, Vasisthasana, side plank position, 5 breaths. So have a moment to work your way in. And then start counting. 1, 4. Next time you breathe out, exhale, unwind. Knees down and wide, pull back, child's pose. Elbows rest. Deep breath.
Is this around cheese rock or Jasper?
Both arms walking over to the right side. So you want to just feel a lengthening along that left side of your torso. Lift your head and relax. You can tuck the chin pretty deeply here, release tension. One more breath. Other side. Walk your arms over the other way till you feel that releasing along the side of your torso. Let your head be neutral. Let one more exhale fall away. Inhale to center. Rise up to your table and work your fingers out to the sides, perhaps walking them back. So stop at any point here. Bring your knees underneath your hips if they're wider, and let's take a lion's breath. So you open up your mouth with your exhale, make some sound, gaze to your nose, breathe in deeply. Just release tension. Do that breath one more time. In your own way, just a roar of release. Carefully bring your hands back around. Come to downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Mukha means face, like in cow face pose. Go Mukha. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And bring to mind your favorite dog and let your tail wag back and forth a few times. Lengthen the sides. Have a little playfulness. Come to center, play bow. Inhale, shift forward, step forward. Inhale, more. Exhale deeply, slowly fold in. Stand up, leave your fingers, press up. And exhale, arms down to the sides for a moment. Just relax your shoulders. Gently bring arms into the body. Notice the calming response. And then bending your knees to turn sideways on your mats. And let's just find a comfortable side angle for the legs. And do a side lunge back and forth several times. Just let your knee come towards your toes. Go as low as you can on each side a few more times. Press to release. All the way in, press to release. And then turn your feet so they're wide and parallel to each other. Breathe in with a long spine. Exhale, come down the legs. Catch your ankles or your big toes, Pararasarita. Padottanasana, D position. So you catch your toes, you can draw up on your shoulders, wrists straight up and down. Head draws towards the floor. Last time, use your arms to lengthen your spine. Exhale, release. And then inhale, trace your legs coming back up. Lightly back bend at the top. And relax. Turn both sets of toes outward and bend your knees. So as much of a turnout as you can without falling over. Come down in the center line. Elbows together, rest your thumbs at your third eye and just Concentrate on finding balance and centeredness. Release any gripping in the feet. It's all about the spread. Inhale, open everything up straight into star pose, shoulders relaxed. Gently lift your face. Still focusing on the balance with the toes turned out. Once more. When you breathe out, release your arms and your face down. Turn to the right leg for a triangle pose. So just turn that foot all the way out and angle in the back foot. Reach your arms, firm your legs, turn your head to the right. Radiate from your belly center as you come down. Let's come in really slowly. Just enjoying the journey and the process. It's okay if your top hip comes down a little bit. And then we're going to ground the lower hand on your shin, foot, or big toe. And then look up towards the sky. So we have a sense of reaching a long spine, taking that upward gaze. Utthita Trikonasana means extended triangle pose. Breathe out. Breathe in, just change your top arm out like a rainbow. Just let it reach out over your ear. And one more breath. Use your next inhalation to come up and out. And change your feet to the other side. Turn your head. Exhale slowly. A little bit at a time. Until you reach your leg and rest your hand there. Lengthen through your spine here and then turn your face upward, reach up. One of the always good poses, one of the top 5 poses to work into practice. Exhale, and inhale, just change your top arm out like extended side angle. Breathe out once more. Inhale energy up, release. Turn your feet same way and step to the top third of your mat for the revolved version B. Hips square, take your right leg back, straight legs. Inhale, reach your right arm. A little bit vigorously here. So as you fold forward, keeping that reaching arm out, and then ground your hand and open out to the side. So all of this can be up to you where your hand is below and where your arm is reaching. Eventually come to the outside of your foot, reach straight up and down. So working deeply but without straining. One more time. And exhale, release your twist. Inhale, coming up. Step out and over to the other side. So you really need to nail your foundation for this pose. Have lots of space this way as well as this way. Vigorous reach with that left arm. Breathe in. Forward fold. And then adding twist. Ground your lower hand somewhere. Open out. We want to work just where it's right for us today. And we call it practice. Practice one more breath, revolving triangle. When you breathe out, let the twist release. And then when you breathe in, again, come up. Step forward, let be. Step your right leg back. Warrior A, hips square to the front. Take up your arms, gaze to your thumbs, shoulders down. Lift the back ribs as well as the front. One more breath. Try to keep looking at your thumbs as you turn to the back of the mat in the pose. So just be present in your mind with your lower body. Swing yourself around. Find your knee bend. So you can do all that with feeling. And then settle in for your breaths. 4. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, open into warrior B by turning out your back toes. Turn your head off your front arm. And without looking at your knee, just make sure that it's staying centered. Feel it. Gently gathering the fingers. Exhale. Again, just using your face to change to your other hand, and then turn your lower body around. It's okay if you're newer to this practice, but over time, you will teach your body steady eyes, observant of all. Fierce, but relaxed. Next time you breathe out, release your arms down. Turn feet same way. Step out, perhaps by the wall for dancer pose. Shifting weight into your right leg. So let your eyes settle out to a point on the floor in front of you. Have a bit of determination in keeping that gazing point as you bend your left knee. We're going to come catch with the palm facing down and in. Catch your outer foot or ankle. And your other hand can be on a wall for support or comes out as a counterbalance. Determination. Tapas. That's the heat that we apply to the practice to grow. And just try again if you need to. 4th breath, one more time. And try to come out with some slowness if you can. Resist. And then release. Take a free breath. And this wonderful concentration that happens to balance on one leg, we have to be so present. Notice the process of releasing into the shape, catching your ankle or your foot, reaching forward or using a support. Keep your gazing spot. Spread awareness throughout. And just one more breath. Trying to come out slowly if possible. Just don't be harsh with yourself. Just let what happens, happens. And just be grateful for what you are able to do. And let's do some empty coat sleeves, maybe a little twist. Just a sense of grounding into the feet, releasing, finding ease. And then settle into stillness in the middle. Back to the top third of your mat if you stepped away. Reach your arms, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. So a little bend in your knees, tip your pelvis forward and kind of take your favorite, maybe standing on your hands or hold your elbows, 5 breaths. So the hands are acting like they're pulling out, but they don't move. Compassionately straightening the backs of your legs, whatever that is for you today. One more deep breath. Enjoy your exhalation. Feel complete. Release your hands to your waist. Press into your feet, a little bend in the knees to stand up. Exhale, take your right leg back to Ashtha Chandrasana, high lunge. It's okay if you need to put your back knee down. And let's twist it up. Press your palms. Hook your elbow on the outside. One more exhale. But carefully bring your hands down so you can bring down your back knee. Rise up. Bring your front knee towards your toes. And weave your fingers, draw your arms back, gaze down towards your nose. Four. And fifth breath. And release to neutral. And let's catch that back foot possibly. So if you need cushioning under your knee, you can add it, but actually we come above the knee when we bend the knee. Just be kind with that idea. It's okay just to stay in the lunge without the catch. Think about the dancer, that release in the front body. One more time. And exhale, bring down your foot. Other side, 3 different lunges. So starting with that high lunge, or your back knee can be down, and adding the palm press twist. Deep breathing soothes the mind, steadies the body. Just one more breath. And release to Anjaneyasana, back knee down. Untuck those toes, bring your front knee forward. Reach back, try to leave your fingers the less natural way, so you do both sides, and just draw your hands down and away. Our nose is our default gazing point, so it's a centered, next to the breath, next to the brain, gaze. One more exhale. And release your knee back upright, release your hands. Bend your back knee, catch. Learning to work with compassion, just the right amount. Once more. And release down, exhale, take your legs back. Let's lower to the floor, chaturanga, or however you want to lower. So chaturanga is just holding the elbows in towards the body as you release to your belly. Lift your arms and legs and head off the ground. Lengthen everything. And then bring your legs together and down. Rest your hands out in front of you as well. So the legs are zipped up, big toes touch. Engage your bandhas, your pelvic floor, low belly. And then slide your hands back towards you to come into seal pose. Yang style, active. So the active legs protect the low back, as does the core engagement. Fourth breath. Last time. And release down, relax your heels out, turn your head to the right. Learning how to come into active as well as still positions. Turn your head to the left, another slow breath. And then lift up and bring your forearms to the earth underneath your shoulders. So your hands can be flat or together. Tuck under your toes, lift up your belly.
Are you sure I found something really cool? Or a rubber
Last
seal
breath.
to a water bottle and a bead.
And then lift up your hips, walking your feet to dolphin pose. Let your head hang down. Last breath. And bringing down your knees. Pull back to child's pose. And one leg king pigeon variation, bringing the right knee forward. Keeping the knee folded as you begin the pose, and over time you might open up the hinge of your knee. So work with yourself on that. Take your other leg straight back. Use your arms here to support yourself. So you stay squared over your hips. Just walk your hands out. Maybe come down to your forearms. 3, light core engagement, face relaxed. 2. Take one more deep breath. B position, walk your arms back in. Bend your back knee, reach your head towards your foot. So you have a roundness of foot reaching towards head. Downward gaze, nose, cheeks. Once more. Bring your back knee down, come sit on your outer hip. Bring your bottom leg in and straighten it out for Janu Shirsasana. So come to the back of the left leg and bring yourself to face your straight leg. Breathe in. Breathe out, bow forward. Whatever that is for you. Your toes are towards the ceiling on your straight leg. Exhale again. And inhale, come up. Changing sides. Upward dog and downward dog in between. The reset button is to stretch out from the compression. And then the left knee coming forward. Use your arms to keep yourself squared as you take your other leg straight back. And then walk forward with your arms. You stop at any point as far as coming forward and down. Head is neutral. Soft gaze to the nose or internal gaze. And just like when we turn warrior around without looking, just all the body you can't see, you're aware of, you are paying attention to everything. And this draws us right into the present, compassionately present. And let one more exhale release. Walk in your hands back by your hips so you're up nice and tall. Bend your back knee towards your head. Just reach with your toes. Lengthen your spine and your head back. Gaze to your nose. Four, and last breath. Relax your back leg down and sit on your outer hip and the front leg. And bring that right leg out straight so it meets your inner foot. Turn to face your straight leg. And exhale, go forward. And just let your hands stay on the floor or catch your leg or foot. Head to knee pose. Long spine, take another deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, coming up. And let's do one more upward dog and downward dog just to release our hips and legs. Bring your feet towards your hands, cross at your ankles, and take the legs out and lie down. So wait for an exhale and then go back, curl your spine, tuck your chin, then you can safely go to the back of your body. And let's bring the legs up straight in the air. So first, just find the center on your back, center your spine, skull. Lift up your feet and then straighten your legs up into the air. Reach for your right foot with your left hand and then the other way. A few times. Having our psoas in a position where it's not, anyway, it's good for strengthening the core without strengthening the psoas. Rest back, wrist feet together. Keep your right leg and let your left leg point and reach out and go down to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, bring your face towards your leg. Fourth breath. Exhale, release your head down and lift the left leg back up. Keep the left leg and release the right leg. Point the toes on both feet. Breathe out, draw your belly in, and breathe in. Calmly bow towards your leg. And exhale, release back down to the center of your skull. Lift your right leg, bring in both knees. Place both feet down, a little wider than your hips, nice and close. Arms by your sides. Inhale, press your feet to lift up your hips. Make room for your spine so your head can slide away from your feet to make space. And next time you breathe in, take your arms up overhead. And just press the front hip points towards the sky. Keep your head centered. One more time. Lift. Arms and spine coming back down as you breathe out. And then bring your feet together and your knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your hands rest lightly on your inner thighs just to encourage that releasing. And just the heels press here so that the big toes can come away from each other. And wave your fingers behind your skull, elbows wide. Observe your open heart center. Little space for any emotional releasing. Just honoring what's in your heart. But staying in that state of smooth, continuous breathing awareness so that you can experience what you're feeling, but with that yoga in place, supporting us, accepting as complete beings. And just have another slow circle of breath to be with whatever you're experiencing here. Just letting yourself invite peace into your heart. And then bring your knees back together. Release your arms as well. Make a decision for some upside down time with the legs. So you can put your legs up against a wall or bend the knees and go to a piece of furniture. Shoulder stand if you have it in your practice. Just keep your neck off the floor, keep your head centered. Lift up your legs. You can bring them overhead into plow pose. Doing a forward fold on our backs. Use your arms for support. Breathe out. Inhale, reach your legs up towards the sky. So use your foundation to find that lift. And then take your hands to your back to capture your pelvis and help you lengthen your spine. Take out a little bit of effort. And as we calm and finish, take one more breath, lift it up. As you breathe out, return to Halasana, plow pose. Grab your arms again. And then cross your legs into easy pose and take your hands to your knees and see if you can straighten your arms. Just playful. You can try this with your hips down as well. Just finding balance and upward facing easy pose. And then carefully let your spine roll back down and rock up to easy pose. Or lotus pose or half lotus. Lotus, just bringing the heels in towards the pubic bone. So if your hips feel open enough for that, practice one or both legs. Fingers forward, hands back, lift your heart, lift your throat. Gaze to your nose as a counter for that going back. We have a downward gaze. Unions of opposites. And open your heart, breathe, press your hands. And sit upright and check in to make sure your legs feel fine as they are. Taking Vishnu Mudra with your dominant hand, so you can either fold in your first two fingers or use them to rest at your third eye center, which is a nice calming. Let your other arm relax. And just let your alignment support you here. We want to just close at the very top of the nostril on the left side and breathe in through the right side. Close the top of the right and breathe out to the left. Breathe in from the left. Keep it open. Breathe out to the right. A 3 or 5 count. Last one from right to left. Take your time. When that feels complete, going the other way, starting with the left side, breathing in. The right side breathing out. Right in, left out. And the last one with plenty of time and space. Just resting with your breath when you're finished. Resting with one hand open and the other hand down. Breathe through both sides of your nose. Release balance in the mind, and the hands representing a balance of giving and receiving. You've got this complete. Release your eyes open. Take your hands by your hips and lean forward. Press your hands. Lift up your hips. Lift the corners of your mouth. So you can lift more. Lift something. Lift your knees. Uklitihi. One more breath. And relax. And now rest. Cover up with a blanket if you'd like. Put a pillow under your head. Lie back and rest your body. Adding clothing. And with practice, learning to come into warrior pose, bridge pose, and resting pose, all with that same approach of we know what the pose asks of us. So here we just want to make sure that we're aligned, and then we just let everything disperse from the center. All the gathering of bandhas and core and everything, release, open. Brain rest back in your skull. Eyes rest nestled in their sockets. In this important pose to receive all the different energy and balance and gratitude from the practice. The process of being still and quiet. With the body still, let the mind follow that stillness. Breath is a light, supportive force. Resting more and more deeply, touching the present moment. And then the invitation to begin slowly going in the other direction, releasing from the stillness. Small things. Perhaps your breath will deepen upon that invitation, and let it deepen, let it stretch. Take all the time that you like for an exhale. And swallow to release your throat. Just move your fingers and toes a little bit. And be still, breathe out. With your next inhale, take your arms up along your ears and reach down through your legs. When you breathe out, feel your low ribs come down, bring your elbows and knees in. Come over to your most comfortable side. Rest your head comfortably. Take a breath there. Using your top hand to help you sit up. And then return to where we began. Have a moment to meditate upon the practice, your inner light, your inner peace. I'm grateful for what we learned today. Checking in with our bodies and our brains and our hearts. And come back to your heart with your hands and the bow so everything comes closer together, brain and heart. Next time you breathe in, lift your chin. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.